What is up, everybody? This is the Chicago Sports Talk. Michael back at it again with some breaking news. Shout out to CEO real quick because he's actually the one that brought this to my attention. Because I didn't know whether to believe it or not, it was true or not. Because the Bears never do season firings; they usually wait until after the season. And I just sat back and thought about it for a while. So Matt Eberflus coming off like a 15 game losing streak. It's no, it's 14 actually. My bad. So 14 straight losses, and your defense, who you were hired to fix the defense because you were a defensive coordinator for the majority of your NFL career as a defensive coordinator, you would assume that your defense is playing well. It's just your offense can't get you out of it. But this defense actually is looking much worse than it was last year. Because Matt Eberflus was hired to fix the defense because that was his description as a defensive coordinator and develop the hit philosophy. But you're not seeing any of the philosophy. In fact, you're seeing a whole completely different Bears defense that you're not expecting the Bears defense to flunk, because that's the majority of their strength for the past 20 years. Their defense has been the heart of the past 20 years. It's just been their offense has been terrible. And it makes sense if the Bears lose this game and you drop to 0-5, you have to make a change and you have to fire head coach Matt Eberflus. Now, the problem that people have with this is, okay, if you fire Matt Eberflus, who are you going to hire as an interim head coach? To be honest, I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's Getsy. I don't care if it's Hightower. I don't care if it's our wide receiver coach, Andrew, whatever, however you pronounce his last name. I don't care, bruh. I really just don't care. Because they're obviously a much better upgrade than Matt Eberflus, because Matt Eberflus' record as a head coach speaks for itself. He's won 3 games out of his 2 seasons. And keep in mind, Mark Trestman, John Fox, and Matt Nagy, including Lovie Smith, the last 2 seasons that we have, all have a better record than Matt Eberflus. And again, it pisses me off because I actually thought Eberflus could be a good head coach if we had the right personnel. I said last year, okay, his defense looked bad, but he didn't have personnel to work with. Like, if you look at the Bears defense last year, you probably you can't even remember these people, or unless you're a diehard Bears fan, you don't know these people that were starting last year for the Bears on defense. Again, and the defense, even though you're missing Eddie Jackson tomorrow, you're missing Kyler Gordon, you're missing Jalen Johnson, you still got to figure it out, bro. You're a defensive coordinator. Okay? You should elevate whoever is starting for y'all. And even on Justin Fields' best day was not enough. And I love the compare. And here's the thing. I hate to give this team credit, but y'all want to compare Matt Eberflus to Dan Campbell. Last year, remember when the Lions were like 1-6 to start off the year, and they made a miraculous comeback and almost made the playoffs? Do you want to know what the difference between the Bears and the Detroit Lions were in the first few games that they were starting? And I love this example. The Detroit Lions had the number 1 scoring offense the first couple weeks. All right. What, besides the Denver game, which could be a confidence boost for Justin Fields, have you seen the Bears perform at a very high level like the Detroit Lions? See what I'm saying? Even though Detroit did start off slow, they were still looking they were still looking to have promise. They had the number one scoring offense. It was just their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Like, and the reason why they turned around because Dan Campbell proved that he's a good head coach to get out of. Even though they missed the playoffs, they made a comeback to get them in position to make the playoffs. I don't see it with Matt Eberflus. Now, granted, I didn't see it with Dan Campbell either, but like I said, that was just lightning in a bottle for the Lions. I don't see the lightning in the bottle for Matt Eberflus. Like I said, Matt is just a dead man walking at this point. And I'm not saying the reason why I picked us to win against the Commanders is because I'm giving this team one last hope, one last straw to prove me wrong. And if we lose this game to the Commanders, I'm not going to pick us to win a single game at all this year until proven otherwise. This is the chance to get everything right back on track to where it should be. But the thing is, people said that, the McCaskies have never done it, which I won't be surprised if Matt Eberflus does not lose his job despite losing. The thing about this is because that going into the season, the Bears were not expected to tank. They were not expecting to throw away the season. They were expecting to have a increase, regardless if it meant playoffs or not. It meant to be a huge increase from where it was last year. And if you keep Matt Eberflus after an 0-5 record, you're basically telling the fans who thought you were going to take a massive leap from being the worst team last year, you're basically saying that you want to be the worst team again. And that's going to disappoint a lot of fans, including me. And the fans will not want to waste their time coming to games. But the thing is, if I'm Ryan Poles, I'm seeing my job's on the line too. Kevin Warren, same thing. You have to make a stance and put this team in the best position. And if you lose to the Commanders, you have to make a stance and say, Matt Eberflus, I do appreciate the time you have here, but I don't. You have to say, Matt Eberflus, I do appreciate your time here. No, not really. I don't appreciate your time here, but you have to be let go. Sometimes you have to make the tough decisions in the NFL. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching.